Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Hair Department Head Tim Muir talks shaping the looks of Landman and Yellowstone. While Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone has come to an end, his newest show Landman continues to cement the showrunner's ever-growing legacy of success. Both shows take place in the modern day but explore very different worlds. Yellowstone delves into the complicated relationships between a ranching family, the Broken Rock Indian Reservation, Yellowstone National Park, and land developers, and Landman explores the cutthroat world of the oil business in West Texas. Still, Sheridan's affinity for grounded, realistic storytelling and hardscrabble characters creates through-lines that make his different television worlds feel connected even if their stories do not intertwine. Another reason for an overall sense of tonal consistency may be that Sheridan often works with the same collaborators. One of those is Hair Department Head Tim Muir. Muir has worked on Yellowstone, 1883, 1923, and Landman, even shaping looks for the Yellowstone series finale. Muir also has experience with big-budget blockbusters, having served as a hairstylist on Spider-Man: No Way Home. Screen Rant spoke with Tim Muir about his work on the Taylor Sheridan shows Landman and Yellowstone. Muir discussed his favorite looks from both series, his collaboration with actors, and how his department maintained continuity despite long breaks between shoots. Muir even revealed how his own time in Texas helped him craft the looks of characters across Landman's different social tiers. As a seasoned hair department head, Tim Muir has spent years perfecting his craft, helping to define the visual identity of some of television's most iconic shows. Among his most notable work is his role in shaping the rugged yet nuanced looks of Yellowstone, the wildly popular drama that immerses viewers in the world of the Dutton family and their sprawling Montana ranch. Recently, Tim's creative vision has expanded to Landman, a new show set in the oil industry, where he's tasked with designing characters that feel equally raw and complex. Both shows share a Western Americana backdrop, but the characters in each are distinct, demanding different hairstyles that reflect their unique stories and environments. In a recent interview, Tim Muir offered an in-depth look at his approach to these two shows, discussing how he molds characters through hair, his collaborations with actors, and the ways in which hair helps to tell a deeper story. Yellowstone, a legacy of ruggedness. Tim's work on Yellowstone is perhaps the most visible and recognizable of his career, having established him as a go-to expert for Western dramas. The show's blend of family drama, land disputes, and high-stakes action has been complemented by its grounded aesthetic, and hair plays a significant role in creating that authenticity. Tim recalls how the iconic looks of characters like John Dutton, played by Kevin Costner, and Beth Dutton, played by Kelly Reilly, were conceived. From the beginning, Taylor Sheridan, the creator of Yellowstone, was very specific about the characters and how their looks needed to fit into this harsh, unforgiving world. The Duttons had to look like they lived and breathed the land, so their hair had to reflect that, Tim explains. John Dutton's hair, for example, is understated, slightly graying, and always impeccably styled but never fussy. John is a man of the land, a rancher through and through. His hair is a bit more refined because of his status, but it's not high maintenance, Tim explains. We wanted it to look as if he could roll out of bed and get to work, without looking like he was trying too hard. It's a classic look that speaks to his strength and authority. Beth Dutton, on the other hand, required a more bold and distinctive hairstyle. Beth is an incredibly strong woman, but she's also sharp and sophisticated. Her look had to reflect that. Her hair is styled in a way that's fierce and untamed, with a bit of wildness that matches her fiery personality, says Tim. We used a lot of waves and volume to give her that air of elegance while maintaining her strong, unapologetic edge. The rest of the cast, from Rip Wheeler, Cole Hauser, to Jamie Dutton, Wes Bentley, also has their own unique hair designs, which range from the rough and ready to the slightly more polished, but all designed to reinforce the characters' identities. Each person's hair helps inform their personality and their relationship to the land, Tim explains. Rip, for example, is someone who has lived the rough life, and we needed his hair to show that. His hair is unkempt and natural, always looking like he's been working hard. One of the key elements that Tim has mastered is ensuring each hairstyle not only fits the character, but feels like it belongs in the world of Yellowstone. Everything is purposeful. Whether it's a messy ponytail or perfectly slicked back hair, the character's hair has to tell a story without being too overt. It has to feel lived in, real, and true to who they are. Landman, a different kind of rugged. While Yellowstone set the stage for Tim's success, his work on Landman has presented new challenges. Set in the oil fields of West Texas, Landman shares a similar gritty landscape with Yellowstone, but the characters in this show operate in a different kind of world, one that is driven by greed, power, and corporate dealings. As Tim explains, the hair in Landman needed to reflect not only the harsh conditions of the oil fields, but also the complex power dynamics at play. The first thing we wanted to do with Landman was establish the distinction between the characters who come from wealth and those who work in the fields, Tim notes. The characters who are in the oil business, the ones making deals and rubbing elbows with power brokers, their hair reflects a more polished, controlled look. They've had the privilege of wealth, and their hair says that. However, the working-class characters in Landman, much like the Duttons in Yellowstone, had to look authentic and grounded in the tough realities of their environment. For these characters, we wanted their hair to show that they've been through hard work, long hours in the sun, and rough conditions. We didn't want them to look glamorous, but we also didn't want them to look completely unkempt. The goal was to make sure they look practical and believable, while still reflecting the pride they take in their work. This balancing act, creating looks that are true to the character while also supporting the story's thematic elements, is what makes Tim's job so rewarding. It's not just about making someone look a certain way, it's about making their appearance match who they are, where they come from, and the world they live in, he says. Hair plays a huge role in that, because it's one of the first things people notice about a character. If it's done right, it can tell the audience everything they need to know about that person. The art of collaboration. One of the most rewarding aspects of working on both Yellowstone and Landman is the collaboration Tim has with the actors themselves. I always have conversations with the actors about their characters and how they see them. I want to make sure we're on the same page in terms of the look, because at the end of the day, they have to feel comfortable in the character they're playing, says Tim. Kevin Costner, in particular, was heavily involved in shaping the look of John Dutton. Kevin has a very clear vision of who John is. He wanted his hair to reflect the seriousness of the character, but also the quiet authority he carries with him, Tim recalls. With someone like Kevin, who has such a strong presence, you have to be careful not to overdo it. His hair needed to be subtle, but still communicate his strength. On Landman, the collaboration with the cast has been just as crucial. Tim explains that actors on Landman are just as involved in the process. Some of them wanted their hair to feel more rough around the edges, while others wanted something more sleek. We worked together to find that perfect balance. Final thoughts. For Tim Muir, the art of creating hair designs for shows like Yellowstone and Landman is more than just a job, it's a form of storytelling. Hair is such a powerful tool in helping to define who a character is, he says. It's not just about style, it's about history, personality, and purpose. When done right, hair can be just as important as dialogue in revealing a character's inner world. As Yellowstone continues to evolve and Landman begins to build its own fan base, Tim's ability to shape these characters with his expertise in hair design will remain an essential part of the storytelling fabric. His work isn't just about creating looks, it's about crafting identities that resonate with audiences and help to bring these complex worlds to life.